This is a 1953 Ford F-100, and I'm excited about this truck. We're going to take it for a quick spin, and I'll show you around the truck. So I'm excited about this truck because I'll let you hear the engine run real quick. It's not very often that I get a barn find, true barn find. A lot of guys say barn find, but this truck, actually a guy called me. The truck belonged to his brother and had been sitting up for about 15 years, 20 years, literally in an old barn. And I'll just have to show you around it. So check out how straight it steers. Just kind of show you on the video the best way I can show you from a finger test. It's nice and straight. Just had the brakes rebuilt. The clutch pedal needs a little WD-40 or grease and get that little squeak to go away. Clutch feels great. One of the things that I really love about this truck is that it's a flathead and the e-brake does work. Like I said, the brake system was redone. I was looking for the exhaust, and okay, it's actually turned down. So just kind of wanted you to be able to hear it. Let's see if I can open this with one hood, one hand. Sometimes I can't. Yep. Hood opens easily. Nice, healthy sounding flathead V8. And it was a little cold. I pulled the choke, so it may be a touch over choked right now, or over there we go. Over idled, just a hair, but listen to that engine. Sounds awesome. Nice, clean, rust-free inner fender wells, firewall. Let me turn it off so you can hear me a little bit better. Can I have that towel, please? Let me let the camera adjust. So there is a little bit of rust in this truck, but one of the reasons I jumped on it is because it's pretty minimal. And so what I'm showing you right here is actually, this is rusted pretty much all the way across, or may have rusted a little here and there. It's actually surprising to me how straight it is, and I think it would be easy just to sand that down and re-weld that back on. But what it's done is it's made this weak. Right now there's a little piece of wood up there that's holding it so that the hood will close and not open back up. So just a little spot right here in this corner, some rust, and as you go across the front, same thing, synonymous with what I showed you on the inside. I think it's very clean upable. You can see that a long time ago, it looks like somebody did a little body work there, Bondo maybe, and I think that would be really easy to clean up, do a little weld patch, and you'd be back, have it back in great shape. Other than that, hood opens and closes nicely. So here it is, the outside. 1953, and one of the things that I love is getting a hold of an original flathead V8 in the 53, because that engine was really done away with in this body style after 53. So this is kind of that 1 year only. This is the 50th anniversary of the truck, and I did just wash it. I didn't wax it or anything, and if you kind of look and see what might look like a little oily discoloration on there, at some point it may have been, maybe somebody else waxed it. We just got done washing it. I think the first bath that it's had probably in 20 years, and so maybe going over it with a buffer would really bring this color out. And I think a gifted painter could probably do a couple of these little rust repairs and do some touch-ups, because I don't know, in my opinion, I think trying to preserve this look, that's why I didn't go so far. I only brought it to the point that I brought it to. So let me tell you a little bit about what I did. We blasted the wheels and painted them and put brand new tires on. I put some old Ford Deluxe hubcaps on there and they look really nice. Went through and rewired the headlights so that they work, and also put on brand new tail lights. Actually, when I got it, it had the one singular light in the back, which is what it came from the factory with. And that's actually one little thing that I meant to fix before I brought it out here, but this actually has this little piece here that needs to be, I mean, super easy thing to do. In fact, I'll go ahead and fix that once we get back up to the shop. I meant to do that. I'm pointing it out in case somebody catches it in the video. I'd rather just be honest about it. But anyways, so brand new tail lights, brake switch, all the hard lines from the master cylinder all the way back were replaced. Not every single hard line. The only hard line actually that they didn't replace because they didn't need to was this hard line here in the back that goes across the rear end. So I'm jumping around a lot and I usually try to stay consistent. So let me go back real quick and show you. The body overall in this truck is very straight. I said it has a few blemishes from kind of being, you know, I guess an old farm truck or just shop truck or whatever. A couple spots here where there was a few little dings that looks like from the inside popped up. Not exactly sure how that happened. Maybe the hood was taken off at some point and damaged that way. I'm not sure. Other than that, and the front, the hood's in good shape. I think it's very salvageable, and it depends on what you want to do with the truck. But if you're just looking for like a shop truck, I don't think, or a farm truck or something fun to drive around, you know, this is that patinaed look that so many guys are looking for. That's why I said I didn't want to blast it down. I didn't want to try to go after anything and fix anything. So you'll notice this fender is in great shape. Door in good shape. Window regulator a little loose, so even just opening and closing the doors, that window is dropping down just a little bit. You can roll it back up, but it's just wanting to drop down just a hair. Now at the bottom of this door, there's some rust here in the front corner and a little spot right there. Kind of going on down the door, there's a little bit of rust kind of going all the way down the bottom. So if you wanted to completely fix that, you'd want to cut that all the way out. And this is the original cab corner, and I'm actually surprised at how clean and pretty much rust free that is. Doesn't appear to be any body work in there. That's all steel. The side of this bed is unbelievable. I mean, there's no dents or bangs. Typically when these trucks were used for work, they got all banged up. Another thing that I'm excited about is, and I can't say if officially we always have to say mileage exempt on these, but from what the gentleman who sold me this vehicle told me, he said his brother bought this and drove it so little that could be, he believes that to be an original 22,000 miles on the entire truck. So here's the thing, when somebody says something like that, it's easy to say, but I got to go looking for the evidence of what would make that an honest assessment. And the bed is oftentimes the number one thing I'm looking at as a collector, because when you just rarely find a bed in this good a condition. And this is the original wood. Of course, it's got a piece that's broken in it, so it's, you know, to make it right, it's going to have to be fixed. If you could find some reclaimed barn wood and just fix those couple of strips, you could have this old original look. But it's very seldom that I find a bed that's in this good a shape. It looks like it, aside from a few little scratches, looks like brand new. Keep in mind, you know, you're talking about 1953, guys are throwing lumber in back here. Guys are throwing steel back there. Most of the beds on these trucks are pretty beat up. Check out this, how smooth the sides of this bed are. Beautiful. Same thing, nice and rust free rear fenders. Original cab corner on this side. A little bit of rust way down at the bottom lip, but other than that, in good shape. Bottom of this door is actually in better shape than the other one. The spot of rust here, and then right down here at the bottom of this body panel. I want to be careful, I'm going a little long-winded on this one. Interior paint looks to be original, and the nice thing about this one, uncut dash. Now the original speedometer does work, but I disconnected the cable. It was squeaking real loud. Needs probably some graphite and reconnecting that. Battery, oil pressure works, temperature gauge works. I don't believe the fuel gauge is working. So we've got the battery, oil, pressure gauge, and temp gauge working at this moment. Not too hard to fix the speedometer cable. I actually drove it home with the speedometer working just fine, but it just squeaked. It wasn't actually super loud, but it just was bothering me enough I disconnected it. So nice clean interior, new headliner installed. Not the best installation. I was actually trying to do this myself, and I'm not the best interior guy. Looks pretty good, but I did put a little crease down there in that corner. Now what I would do is get a professional upholstery guy to match this color buckskin and maybe go ahead and cover this and reinstall it, and then you wouldn't see those couple of creases. So I did recover the seat because the seat was, you know, old and original and it looked really rough. These trucks don't have the gas tank behind the seat, which is nice because you can scoot the seat far back, or you can even put some stereo equipment back there if you want to hide it. I like keeping trucks like this at original looking, but I like to have my tunes, so oftentimes I'll hide a radio or a CD player in the glove box, put some speakers behind the seats. Check out these floor pans. They're in awesome condition. And it looks like years ago somebody did do a little weld job there, and let's see if I can try and get this up a little more. So, but overall nice and clean on both sides. Battery box is in good shape. I put a brand new rubber mat in. Looks awesome. I believe we had the original foot pedal, and it was, for some reason, it was sticking and binding up there. So right now I'm just pushing the pedal, obviously, with my foot without the gas pedal on there. Hinge pockets are in awesome shape. I'm running a little long, I'm sorry, so I don't want to rush it too fast, but just want to show you these step ups are in great shape. Original gas tank. We drained it out. I did not pull and clean it. Rust-free frame rails. These are the original floor pans. Just trying to show you just how clean this is. Nice and clean and rust free. And our fender wells. Open the camera adjust there. Look at how clean that is. All the way from front to back, no rust. And this is consistent all the way around. Look at that. Super, super clean. So this is what I'm, you know, this is like the really minimal rust truck. Show you real quick underneath the cab, and then I'll end this video. Nice clean step ups, rust, a little bit of surface rust there, as you can see. And this truck really, I took it over to the Theo's Automotive here in Peachtree City and let the guys go through it. A little bit of rust here, old corrosion on the battery box, which is not unusual. Anyways, I had to take it over there on a trailer. The brakes didn't work. The engine wasn't running perfect. The lights were not working. And it was nice to be able to pick it up a couple weeks later and drive it home. And that's what I did. Drove it home with new tires, new lights. I did add the Dr. Pepper logo because the truck reminded me of a old Dr. Pepper truck, delivery truck, and I just thought that was cool. It's extremely easy to take off. If you don't like it, just start the edge with a little, you know, plastic peeler and peel the whole thing off. But I just really thought that that Dr. Pepper logo would set this truck off.